Welcome to the Powerlifting and Power Ballads Podcast, where we bring you a weekly dose of powerlifting news, tips, and training advice with a touch of 80s rock ballads. This podcast is presented by Team Rohr Powerlifting, your source of the most comprehensive coaching and meet day preparation. Here are your hosts, Josh Rohr and Lara Sturm.
Welcome to episode 236, or otherwise known as
107.5 kilos episode.
I know you were dying to do that.
I was. Thank you. Thank you for the bump and set. I could spike it. That was great.
You're welcome.
You knew I was going to say it anyway, didn't you?
Pretty much. Yes. I mean,
yeah.
You put it on. Read the damn chart.
Exactly.
So this weekend was exciting for you.
It was. The Georgia State meet happened up in Dalton, and everybody did really well. So, yeah, I mean, we had 10 lifters compete, and we actually had 11, but Amber didn't make it. She just got back from being overseas, so she was like, I'm not going to compete. So, I
dragon
totally
ass could do that. Yes.
Yeah, and she doesn't even live in Georgia. She's not. So she was driving quite a way. So it was understandable she didn't do it. But the lifters that did compete did awesome, and they are. There's another.
They
bump set
are.
for you.
Oh, he's bumping set. Okay. Gwen Cook lifted in the 75 kilo weight class and won first place in the female raw M3 division. Teresa Simpson. It was there was other weight classes just combined, so it was just decided on dots, right?
Yep.
Am I saying that right?
Yep.
And she got first place in the push-pull for Masters 3 raw. Scott Berryman got first place in the 75 kilo Masters raw M2 division. Stacy Metcalf was first place in the 65 kilo female equipped M2. Taylor Smith got first place. Lots of first places here in the 65 kilo female raw open. Jenna Weinstein got second place. Sorry, I was on a roll. Second place in the 56 kilo female raw open. Alicia Webb got second place in the female raw open at 100 kilo lifter. And Arigani, am I saying that right?
Yep, Ariagani.
Okay, Ariagani Hall, Team Rohr lifter, who is competing in the 82.5 kilo class for female raw open, got third place. So,
and not listed here. Lee got first in the Masters 200 kilo class, but it wasn't listed here because she was in both divisions.
And on day 2, we had Matthew Traherne, who was a Team Rohr guest lifter for us. He got first place in the 82.5 kilo men's raw open, and William Ruff was in the 90 kilo men's raw open and also got first place. So great showing.
Yeah, so those guys were actually first and second respectively in the middleweight open division. Nice. So they scored 12 and 9 points for us. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, some of the PRs. So yeah, everybody placed really well, but Jenna, she tied her PR squat and total, and her third pull was actually for first. And it's something that we both think if we would have had like 5 attempts at it, she would have made like 4 out of 5. It just wasn't quite in position and just wasn't quite there that day. But that's okay. I mean, we were there, we were battling, we were in it to the end. So that was a lot of fun. Stacy got best overall female equipped lifter. So she's got a nice little banner to hang up. Ari had a PR deadlift. Gwen tied her PR squat and bench, and she had a PR deadlift and a big 7.5 kilo PR total. So as a Masters 3 lifter, that's super awesome. Still making progress. Yes. Taylor had a day. She hit PRs across the board and she was the best overall open lifter for the raw division. And her third pull was enough to just break the state record deadlift, and it was the exact number she needed to qualify for Raw Nationals. So she kind of did all of those things. She's been capable of it, I think. And just finally we put it together, and we haven't even really scratched the surface of I think what she can do. So pretty exciting to see what she ends up doing in the next year or two.
Mm.
Lee got best overall masters lifter. Will hit a PR bench, PR squat, bench, and total. And Will's third pull, he missed. It was a 20-kilo jump. And that would have been for the qualifying total for Raw Nationals as well, and it just wasn't quite there. But he's right there too. He's right on that verge, kind of like Taylor. Like they both lifted at regionals, and both of them were just didn't quite have the day they wanted to qualify. Will's day was a little better today, but still not quite. Just we needed that one more pull. He went 8 for 9, but just not quite there. But we're so close. And then Matt actually, this was a little bit frustrating. He got second best overall lifter, but they only give out first. But his second deadlift was the number we needed to move into first for best lifter standings, and they misloaded the bar. So
Oh,
they were missing a yellow on the right side. So he pulled it,
oh,
and the right
that's really
side,
huge.
yeah, the right side like shot up, the left side didn't, and um, I thought he was okay, and he was at the end of the round, so like he had to pretty much follow himself for the relift. So he went out and pulled it and said, and it just wasn't there. Um, and then
Mm.
after he went out there and retook it, he's like, "Yeah, but I tweaked my back real bad on that misload," and the back spotter was standing right there, and he's like, "Yeah, I heard his back pop," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh,
Uh,
I didn't know that." So he passed his third, but yeah, that's really frustrating
mm,
because I think it was there. He didn't have his best day overall. It was his first day at 82.5 kilos, or his first meet. So like he had done a cut and everything. So he only
mm,
went 3 for 9, but like we took a conservative. He wanted to jump like to 320 on his second dead or 317 on his second deadlift, and we went to 310 instead because that was the number he needed.
mm.
And I'm pretty sure it would have been there, but it just it was
Oh
unfortunate. But
man.
those things happen, so it kind of sucks. But yeah, those things happen.
Yeah.
And then I guess so Kofi Mensah was the best lifter in the open division. So hats off to him. Like not trying to take anything away from what he did because he put up a huge day and he was on day one. So we had every advantage lifting it the whole next day because we knew exactly the number we needed to beat him, and just couldn't quite do it. So hats off to him. And then the best overall male Raw Masters lifter was Tim Matesky. I think that's how you say it. He had a pretty good meet too. So he's not one of our lifters, but he just kind of shouting out the best lifters there. And
Nice.
then that brings us to the team awards. So
Oh, the team awards.
the team awards,
It's a thing that's so exciting.
it's true. So we only had 3 teams this year, but it was good competition. So third place was Augusta Barbell Club with 33 points. Second place was Pioneered Strength with 40 points. And then first place
It,
was Team Rohr with 93.
team doubling,
Yeah, so
more than
we
double
so we
the
went back to
points.
back with the team trophy, so pretty exciting. But Pioneered Strength and Augusta Barbell Club are both like they're coming. I guess is the best way to say it. Like they're coming. So I think next year is going to be interesting if they keep building their team and bringing people. So that was the team scoring and super interesting, super fun. There's a few little things that I I didn't go through everything in detail, and maybe I will at another episode. But just things that popped off and that I noticed. So Augusta Barbell Club, they had a lifter named Jamie Grazer that got second overall in the junior division. So she scored 9 points for her team, but her total actually would have won the open division, and it would have been best lifter for the lightweight open division, which would have gotten 12 points. So if she had entered the open in addition to the junior, Augusta Barbell Club would have another 12 points. So they actually would have scored 45 and placed second instead of 33 and placing third. So
Oh.
we obviously you can armchair quarterback it after the fact, but you know, Jamie was a super good lifter, so I just don't see why, especially when you're in a team competition, like entering both divisions is a strategic advantage.
Did they change the team scoring? Wasn't there a thing last year where you could only score in one division?
If you have more than 10 lifters.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you can only score well, basically if you have more than 9. So if you have 10 lifters, you can only score once in each division. Yeah. So those are just things that again, there's probably a lot more of those that's just one that popped off that I just noticed looking at it at a quick glance. So there's probably others. And maybe Pioneered Strength has that same situation where they would have actually stayed in second if they entered 2 divisions. But as it stands, just looking at that, yeah, that could have been the difference there. So maybe next year we'll see more lifters entering multiple divisions and make it a little bit more interesting and competitive.
Yeah, especially since she could have won the Open, you're saying?
Yeah, so she wouldn't have been best lifter overall, but so the team scoring in the Open divisions, it's lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight. So she would have won her weight class in the Open division, and she would have been first place in the Open lightweight division,
Gotcha.
which would have been 12 points. So she would have
Yep.
scored 12 for the Open and 9 for the junior. Anyway,
Yep.
just one of those things.
Yep, saw some cool pictures. Saw you and Wade there coaching. So
Yeah. Yep. Big Wade came down, and definitely shout out to him, but also shout out to Greg Simpson. That dude like did all the hard work, like loading all the warm-ups, like keeping all the timing right, because like Wade and I were a lot of the times out on the platform, and that's actually the easy part. The hard part is like timing everybody's warm-ups, keeping everybody coordinated, dealing with other coaches and lifters that don't know what they're doing, that are trying to work in. So yeah, Greg did a great job managing all that and got everybody up and ready and kept them on track. So
making sure
yeah,
that
it was
none of
good.
your lifters gets hit by a rogue barbell that was badly unloaded, so it just, crashes to the floor. That happened. Not last
What
year.
do you mean?
I've seen it at state meets where somebody unloads one side of the barbell completely, and the other side still has like 3 reds on it, and it flipped up and came down, and there was a kid who got hit in the leg pretty hard, right in the ankle with the barbell, and man, that sucks. So you have to protect your lifters, like run interference, make sure they don't get hit by rogue barbells in the warm-up area.
They weren't rogue. They were Texas Power Orders or Texas Strength Systems bars.
That's good. That's funny. Rogue isn't, different meaning. It's okay. We'll move on.
I'm just trying to be as awkward as I can right now. I know exactly what you're talking about. But
Thank you.
the irony is they were Rogue Ohio bars in the warm-up room anyway. They were Rogue. The platform was Texas Strength Systems. So anyway,
it's funny.
I'm super sleep deprived. That meet went late, like started early, and I ended up announcing second session on Sunday because we didn't have any lifters, and they were Robert Mealy was the only announcer the whole weekend, and he pretty much didn't have a voice. My voice was mostly gone, but it was still doing a little better than he was. So I gave him a break for a while. But one of the highlights of the commentary is Jenna. So they didn't have any commentators on session 1 on Saturday for the lifting, so they just had the live stream going. So Jenna was in flight B. As soon as she got done lifting, she went over to commentate for flight C before she had to warm up for the next lift. So, we just kind of was asking anybody that wanted to do it, and she's like, I guess I'll do it. That girl is hilarious. Like she was over there. So every now and then as I'm warming up lifters in flight C, I would just like put on YouTube and hold it up to my ear to see what she was saying. And the first thing I hear is, so that was a no lift for depth. And we're not talking about depth in a philosophical sense. We're talking about, and she just goes on this like random rant about philosophical things.
It.
And it was very entertaining. Like I couldn't stop listening. So like she was doing a good job, like filling in just enough like detail about the lifting, but just most of it was just randomness. Right. And then during the so she was doing it for squat, and then I went back and listened to this after the fact, but during the 10-minute break, usually everybody just like goes to the restroom or whatever. Well, she literally is talking the entire 10-minute break just about random stuff. Literally random. So she's like, let's see. So we're on a 10-minute break. So after the 10-minute break, we're gonna have bench press. But until then, let's do some random facts. So facts about me. I don't like chocolate, but it just goes on, just like randomness. And then she starts asking other people to comment in the chat, like random things, and it was super entertaining. If
Wow.
you get a chance to watch session one, Flight C, that's when she was commentating. She was actually for squat and bench. She actually got
Hmm.
called. She got pulled to go get drug tested for deadlifts, so she wasn't able to commentate deadlifts. But squat and bench
Hmm.
uh, on on session one on Saturday was entertaining.
So there's the YouTube feed. We can go back and listen.
Yeah, yeah. USA
Nice.
Powerlifting Georgia is the YouTube channel. You can
Nice.
watch day one, session one, and listen to some of the randomness. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. That girl's funny. She makes me laugh.
Yeah. I like that stuff. It's
Yeah,
it's much more entertaining than when like, oh yeah, this person's coming up. Oh, they got, two red lights. What does that mean? And then, it's kind of dry. So to kind of
yeah,
spice it up and do something more entertaining and even interactive with the people that are online watching,
yeah.
I think is very cool.
Agreed. It was
So
definitely not dry.
nice.
Let's
Nice.
see. We have a couple lifters competing this weekend. Christina
Okay.
Dresher, she's competing at the USAPL Woodinville rookie competition. This is her first powerlifting meet. That's out in Washington State. Dana Snow's running that one. This will be, I think I just said it, but it's her first meet. So she's making her debut as a Masters One lifter, hoping to qualify for regionals and see what happens. And also Robert Colvin, he's lifting Sunday at the USAPL Iron Clash 2, which is in Brooklyn, New York. So two of our remote athletes hitting the platform this weekend. Should be good.
Super cool.
Super cool. And
Super
then
cool.
we talked about collegiate nationals getting close to the cap. So registration closed on Friday, and it ended up with 1291 out of the 1350 cap. So essentially, it was just about sold out. But
Yeah.
almost 1300 lifters is no joke. That's a
Yeah,
big
that's
meet.
a lot of lifters.
Yeah,
Over multiple days, I assume. And
yeah. Multiple
yeah,
platforms, multiple days,
yeah.
for sure.
Wow, that's it's gonna be a loud meet.
Yeah, no doubt.
Ooh. How cool.
But yeah, I guess probably should shout out Kathy and Lydia too. They were the meet directors for the Georgia State meet this year. They did a really good job. I really like the best lifter banners they had for all the best lifter divisions. The
Mm,
awards were top notch. All the t-shirts were really nice, and all the lifters got like stickers with the meat and
mm,
little gift bag with like some snacks in it, I think too. So it was
yeah,
good.
cool.
Nice little touches on some of those things.
Hmm. Yep. And that's making it all about the lifter, and that's nice. Thumbs
Outside of
up.
the long days, it was nice.
Yeah, I mean that's just kind of inevitable
My pet
ish.
peeve though, not about them or anything like that. So the meet was at the convention center in Dalton,
Hmm.
and basically they had told her that there's no out. Well, so they didn't have a food vendor, and
Mm,
basically Kathy had told all the lifters like they're not doing food and stuff, so bring your own.
mm,
So I brought a microwave and set it up at the Team Rohr booth. I'm like, yeah, I'll just put this out there for all the lifters, whatever. Well, the venue comes in and says, oh, you can't have a microwave because there's no outside food here, because they just decided to set up a concession stand and start selling food. So
oh,
that was kind of that was it was convenient that they were selling food, but it was like that's kind of not what you said. So kind of
yeah.
not cool also, but it was definitely nice for like, being able to just go buy food right between sessions instead of having to run out. Um, but we kept the microwave kind of hidden, and then they kept coming over and like busting us for using it. Like and so like you can't leave it plugged in there. So like we would unplug it and cover it with like a tarp and then like plug it in, and like I don't know if they just like were watching us the whole time or what, but like they yelled at us like 4 or 5 times for using that thing. But guess what? By the time you got there, the food was warm. Suck it.
So did they enforce other people not being able to eat their outside food?
They didn't say anything about they had signs everywhere that said no outside food, but it seemed like the only people that they gave a hard time was the people that were using the microwave. So I guess as long as you're eating cold outside food, no harm, no foul.
Then it's what it is.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's random.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's all I
Okay.
have.
That's all I got too.
How's life on your end?
I have a hot shower and running water. I was just watching a Instagram post last night, and I just had that moment where like, wow, yeah, never thought about that. Like, we didn't have hot water 100 years ago. Like, it it wasn't even a common thing to install into houses until 1950s. What? And at some point we didn't have antibiotics. That wasn't much before 1950s. What it was commonly used in the 1940s. So like you could have not had a hot shower, deodorant wasn't invented, toilet paper wasn't really even around, and you could have died from a minor infection. So you'd have stinky people, dirty people, and you could die from a minor infection. So gratitude, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Got a hot shower. If I get a minor infection, I can get some antibiotics. I won't die from it. It's all good. And it's like we our normal is set to what it is right now, and we don't realize how good we have it based on where we are now. So I'm saying, be grateful.
Yeah. So I guess in other news, the US is sending astronauts back to the moon.
Really?
Did you know that?
I did not.
So they're
land
actually
on the moon, put feet on the moon.
So the Artemis 2 crew, I guess that's the new Apollo. They are scheduled to launch in March and
Cool.
they're going to orbit the moon. They're not landing, but Artemis 3 is scheduled to land astronauts on the moon in 2027, and they're going to land the first female and the first person of color on the lunar South Pole.
Oh, wow. Good. It kind of makes you go, wow, we landed people on the moon, and then we haven't done it since early 70s. Like because of funding, or just because, hey, we beat you to the moon, you commies. I mean,
Yeah, pretty
like,
much.
yeah.
Game over.
Or did they see something that they're scared of?
So there's a movie, it's called Apollo 18. I've never seen it, but I always thought the premise was awesome, but I heard it was just really badly done. But the premise, so there were Apollo 17 was the
Right.
last mission to the moon. So Apollo 18 is basically saying, is the premise of it, again, I haven't seen it, but just watching like the storyline of it sounds so good, but I heard they just like botched it horribly. Anyway, the premise of the movie is there was an Apollo 18. It landed on the moon, but it encountered like alien life forms that basically destroyed them. So the government covered it up and made it official that Apollo 17 was the last actual one. Like I said, I've never seen the movie, heard it was really bad, but the premise of it could have been great. So
Yes.
I'm not sure.
I mean,
Yeah. So why they haven't
not to
been back,
say,
I don't know.
right,
Yeah.
right. Who's not to say that whole thing was real and they made it into a bad movie and it was really documentary.
Right.
Anyway, that's all I have for that.
So what's Google say? Humans haven't returned to the moon primarily due to high cost, lack of political motivation after winning the space race and shifting priorities towards the space shuttle and international space station. Yeah, so they apparently when they go back in 2027, the goal is to like establish a long-term moon base there.
Wow.
So that's
Interesting.
kind of cool. Probably
Yeah.
is like I think part of it is like the launching pad that or for like a mission to Mars, like set up a base there for like a
Right.
halfway point. Oh, I guess not technically halfway, but you know what I mean.
Right. Takeoff point
or something, yeah.
or something. We don't really know.
We don't really know. But anyway, that's cool. Okay. Good talk.
Yes. Yes.
That's really all I have.
Me too. Let's
right.
wrap this up.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at PL Ballads Podcast. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, do all of those cool things. Until next week, we'll catch you later.
Bye now.
And just a friendly reminder, if you are looking for science-based powerlifting programming, look no further than the Team Rohr training app. You can find the link to it in the episode description, and also get 25% off of your first month using discount code, all capital, PL Ballads Podcast. Happy training.
Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's episode of the Powerlifting and Power Ballads podcast, please remember to subscribe and share it with your friends.